for all Friday, free for all Friday.
Happy Friday!
Free for all Friday, free for all Friday. Okay. I bet you didn't know there were lyrics to that song. Neither did I. Okay, so what do we got? We're jumping right in today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go, jumping right
Sue,
in.
your shirt was mailed today. I'll
Splash.
send you a tracking number.
I thought you were telling me there was something wrong with my shirt.
No, Sue Lasente.
Oh, Sue, yeah. On the way. A blue migration for you. What's going on? I feel like Eddie Money. What's going on with my head? I love this shirt.
So, more than this is hair.
I miss Eddie. I do. I miss him. Okay, what's going on here?
I don't know.
I don't either. There's two people in the waiting room, and I'm not sure I don't know.
Well,
But I'm here.
Yep.
You are here.
Yep.
And hail, the gang's all here.
The gang is here.
The gang is here. So wow. So
Our Friday free-for-allers are here.
Yes, our Friday free-for-allers are here. Okay. Where's Angus? Angus, come and save us, bud. No. Just kidding.
Angus to say. You are in trouble.
I am in a lot of trouble. I'm in some serious ass trouble, I tell you that. Angus, never mind.
Help,
Never
Mr.
mind,
Mayor.
Angus. I'm gonna check us out, see if we made it on. I'm looking at all the different platforms that we're on. Did you wear platforms back in the 70s?
I did.
Don't try playing drums in them, I'll tell you that. It's not, there we are, that's us on Twitch. Making me twitch. Oh, and hello, Twitch viewer. I see you. And I feel you, dude, or dudette, as the case may be.
Oh, you don't know who they are?
I guess I could, I don't know if I can tell her that.
That's us on Twitch.
Oh, wow, I'm listening, see?
Uh-huh.
Twitch.
I heard
Oh,
that.
hello, Twitch viewer.
Okay, so now I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm crazy. What?
Booker played last night with Corey Glover.
Yeah.
Dinner in, and I think some
Who-
people were going to go.
who was
Anton,
gonna-
I think, was going.
I would love to know that somebody went to Booker's gig. We'll find out when Booker, if he comes in and he's pissed, then somebody went.
Oh, Sue says she can't wait. She's going to wear it to a Christmas party.
Oh,
All
we should have sent you the red one then for the
right, Sue.
Christmas
She
party.
ordered the blue one.
Kidding.
Blue
I'm
and
kidding.
purple.
All right, so let's see. I'm checking all the channels, making
Yeah,
a
more
list,
platforms.
checking it twice. Oh, here we are. Live on YouTube. There we are, live on YouTube. And who's there?
I don't know. Lenny's watching.
Lenny's watching. Well, but he knows it doesn't really start until 10 after. He knows. Lenny knows.
I know. He watches to see what's happening.
Well, okay. Guess what, Lenny? Nothing's happening, bud. But he was actually, you gotta love Lenny. He forgot, they don't set the clocks back there in Antigua, yeah. So they're now an hour ahead of us, or an hour ahead of what we used to be. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like 8 o'clock.
No.
Yeah, we fell behind.
Yeah, but I don't know.
He thought the show.
We'll ask him when he comes in. He's going to come in. We'll ask him.
Okay.
So let's see. What else is going? What's exciting, kids? It's a weekend. And the James Bond movie is on Apple TV.
Woo!
If you like that, you want to, for all you Aston Martin fans.
Or Daniel Craig fans.
Or Daniel Craig fans. Well, the Aston's been in it longer than Daniel has, but okay. And
I
then
like Daniel Craig.
I do too. He's great. And then we've got, who do we have? We've got a couple of races today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
No, we got the sprint.
Sprint race tomorrow,
Yeah.
and the Grand Prix on Sunday.
From Brazil.
So you'll be sure to watch that.
Yeah.
No, you could give a shit, right? What kind of
Me?
race? Not you. I know you'll be watching.
I will.
Angus, it's time, buddy. And so you know what I'm going to do, because I forget to do this every Friday. I have to do it now, so I'm going to do it now. Watch. It's being done. Most of you know I live in Southwest Florida now. And one of my favorite places to grab a bite to eat is Jason's Deli. Scott and Diana Willis have been in business here for over 20 years. The truth is, Jason's Deli has bigger choices of better food. You can eat healthy and enjoy the taste of quality ingredients. They're open 7 days a week for dine-in, pick-up, or deli delivery. With 4 convenient locations from Naples to Cape Coral, Florida, they are a must-try. Jason's Deli, where all good things come from wholesome ingredients. And Bradley's Jewelers in South Fort Myers. Diamonds, bridal, you name it. Estate, custom design, and expert repair. Bradley's Jewelers, South Fort Myers. They specialize in amazing moments.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Bradley's Jewelers and Jason's Deli.
That's right.
She had to look up to see Jason does. My mind just, it's all those days. And did you see anybody see last night's show with Kristen?
All of our usuals did.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's going to be some, we passed the
went and
peas.
watched her play after this. Go on her Facebook page.
Yeah, she's for real.
Watch her play with Billie Sheehan.
Yeah, go check her out. Oh, Angus is here. Who else do we have here? Oh, Angus out in space, brother.
Angus, something wrong with your watch?
As it should be, as it should be. Oh, and who else do we have here? Oh, we got a lot of people in the queue.
I don't know. Why don't you ask him who that is?
Who?
Doug Howard.
Doug Howard was here and he left. Doug, you coming back? I don't know. I don't know who's who. All right, here we go. Let's get the view right.
Okay.
Bang, da 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 da
So
da.
listen to Noah.
Okay, look at this. We've got they're lining up. They're stacking
Hello.
up.
Sue, listen to Noah.
Who listened to Noah?
Sue.
Oh, Sue did,
He
and
said great music.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yes.
Really, hey, look, he's at Jason's.
I was at Jason's. So good.
That's perfect.
Kevin's
That's perfect.
In space.
Yeah, hey, Kevin. Kevin's in space.
So is Angus.
Yeah.
Angus has been in space. What's happening, guys? It's another Friday night.
That's right. That's right. I was looking for. Where's my? I'm looking for my Enterprise. Where is it?
Your Enterprise.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Right.
I'm back there.
Very nice. Well, everybody's in space and Joe's at the deli. That's nice. What are you ordering, Joe? Something good?
Well, what's your favorite thing at Jason's, Steve?
My favorite thing at Jason's is the what do they call it?
Beef eater.
The beef eater. It's awesome. Yep. He's still at the bitter end.
Hey!
I'm still there.
How did it go?
It was a lot of fun. We had a great time.
Cool. Did any of our friends show up?
Not that I know of.
Anton.
Yeah, Anton was going to go.
There you go.
Oh, look at me.
Oh.
Ground control. Okay, listen, that's okay, Joe. It's fine. Because, I'm in
I
here.
like Booker's is very colorful.
Booker's always got the right thing going on.
Yeah.
He's at the bitter end, though. You see,
Yeah.
that's what that is.
I see two
All right.
You see two Bookers?
You see 2 Bookers?
There's one standing behind him wearing
The
blue.
one's behind me. There I go.
Oh, look at that.
There it is.
It's like the double mint twins.
Wow. It's Big Booker.
What base is that, Booker?
That's a
Okay.
brew bake. It's a brew baker. It's called it's a standard, but it's a simpler version of the one that I normally play with Corey.
Yeah.
Actually, it sounded so good that it's probably going to be the one I play from now on with him.
Isn't that the way it always works?
Yeah.
Introduce Kevin to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys all know Kevin? Simon?
Hi, Kevin. How are
How you
you?
doing?
Kevin?
Down in Miami.
Drummer. He runs the Mitch Mitchell fan club and knows more about Mitch's drums than Mitch did.
Yeah. He's friends with
Not
Jeff
that much.
Sutton.
And and that's Joe Costelli in the Coppola spacecraft down there. And I got to ask a question, Booker. I see the B3, and I recognize those handles. You know, the
Yeah.
thing on the side.
Yeah.
Is that all? Tell me it's always there. I can't believe Benny brought a
It's
B3.
they actually put that up on stage. The bitter end now owns a B3
Wow.
and the Leslie. And the Leslie was they put up the Leslie and they put up the B3 for Benny to play. So it was really good because it really, Benny's a beast of a B3 player.
Well,
So it was great having him throw that into the mix with us. He's always great, but it was extra special.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, there's when you can really play a B3, that's where it's out. Hey, there he is.
Hello, Howard. No, I think it's okay. I don't think it's.
How are you?
Play a
And he
B3.
really play a B3.
Hey, there he is.
Hello, Howard. No, I think it's okay.
Oh, I think we have to turn the volume down.
Wait a minute. No. I got it. Okay. All right.
But that's the thing on the side of the B3. Oh, I can't really do it, but that's the thing that I always talk about with the straps and the two handles, and it's like a hand truck on either side.
Yeah.
Still doesn't make it weigh less than 425.
No, it doesn't make it weigh any less. And the sound man that helped Paul Rizzo, the owner of the Bitter End, put it up on stage is a teeny little guy. And he was so wiped out at the end of us. He was like going, I hope I don't have to put this back down on the floor.
Yeah, but it's the truth though. Nothing sounds like that.
Nothing.
Hi, Doug.
Oh, Lori says hi, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, Lori.
Hey, Lenny.
Hey,
Hey,
Lenny.
hello, Lori.
Hi, Lenny.
Hey, Lenny.
No,
I
you're
think
right. Nothing sounds like a B3. Nothing.
No.
And the interesting thing, this is my take on a B3. If you hear a B3 but you don't see one and it's a keyboard, it's not the same as if you see one up there and then you hear it. You know what I mean? It's like you could have the best sample in the world, but if you don't have the box, how could it be real?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I agree. 100%. Yeah.
well, yeah. Okay.
And
Leslie.
just to answer your question, the model number of the bass it's called JBX Standard, which means Jazz Bass Extreme. And that's the standard version of it.
Be okay. Huh?
Standard version of it doesn't have the fancy, wood top on, like my other one is a custom,
Anyway, but
which has a flame maple top on it. This one is just a piece of ash, which was a really special bass. Because I played
It's a nice piece of
It's a
ass.
fine piece of ash.
I played a Marcus Miller tribute to Marcus. It was James Genus, Lonnie Plaxico, Kenny Davis, D.W. Wright, and myself. And I played all of the lead parts. Marcus came on stage to shake everybody's hand after. He shook everybody else's hand, and then he hugged me and said, "What kind of bass is that?" And I told him, and he wound up getting one.
And it's wait a minute. The show was a tribute, or the bass was a tribute?
The show was a tribute. The show was a tribute to him. It was done at what college in Queens? It's right over on the other side of the Queensboro Bridge.
Fordham?
No, it's on the Queens side. It's on the Queens side of the Queensboro Bridge. I can't remember it now, but I'll remember it probably about 10 minutes from now.
Wait, let me think.
Colleges in Queens.
Oh, here it goes. It's not King's College. It's not.
I mean, wouldn't that
No,
be like
wouldn't-
Long Island City?
Vassar.
Yeah.
What do I know?
I don't know. I
It's
know
not it wasn't Long Island City. It was how it's Sunnyside and whatever leads into the 59th Street Bridge. College
Okay,
over.
that's the end.
Queensboro
That's
Community.
the end of Queens Boulevard.
Queensboro community. I think that's it.
Okay, sold.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that that road ends. It's Queens Boulevard, and it ends sort of before it goes across the bridge.
Yeah.
Tough to get across the bridge if it ends before that.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for coming down and bringing us down with you.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Hey, Lenny, we had someone on the other night, and he lives in Aruba. And we were telling him how when you come on, there's the frogs crying in the background and the wind. And he said, oh, man, those frogs.
They have frogs down in Aruba that suck onto your face and they
jumped up
stay
and
there.
sucked onto his face. The little
Really?
Yeah.
Little frogs.
And they
I'm not going to go there.
Well,
What the fuck? I'm not
get
going
the frog. Get the frog out of here.
His wife is
Yeah.
Aruba.
I'm hoping that he's going to come in tonight for a minute so he can tell you about the frogs.
Yeah.
wow.
He's going to do the
Yeah.
Aruba report.
He was in that band Badlands.
Yeah, do you remember
Yeah, I
Badlands?
know the name.
Yeah, of course, because you read the same Aquarian that everybody else did.
That's true.
But man, he was rattling off some clubs last night that I
He
totally
wasn't on
forgot.
last night.
What?
We had Kristen on last night.
Oh, that's right.
He was on the
Right.
night before.
Okay, well, he was still rattling off clubs that I didn't remember, but
Man, yeah.
What
He
was-
had a good memory.
yeah, he had a real good memory. I'm not sure why. Either that
That's
or he
what
had a
happens
nose.
right before it goes completely.
Is that what it is? It's like the before the light bulb burns out, it gets real bright and then it's gone.
Real,
I can dig that. Okay. Oh, Angus, I thought we lost you. You were doing an EVA there for a.
Yeah. So is that it? Queensboro Bridge?
yes, by the Queens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look, Kevin's pulling an Angus. He's changing his background.
Yeah, well, he's
every
got
10
Mitch.
minutes.
That's Mitch.
Ah,
Yes, that's a woman.
That's not a woman. It's Mitch Mitchell. It's a woman.
That's not a lady. That's my wife.
I'm not hitting it again. Oh, last night I saw an elephant in my pajamas. Shot an elephant in my pajamas. No. Nope, not doing it. So where's Mousy?
Wait,
Where's the topical mouse?
Yeah.
Text. I got a question here. I found this hat the other day, but I don't know what kind of hat it is. So,
I don't like it.
I know what kind of hat it is.
wait, is it a fly fishing hat?
Or a bird watching hat.
You
Yeah,
know,
I'd want that hat if I was
that's
watching
some
birds.
Elmer Fudd looking shit right there.
Wham hat.
that's the I don't like women talking
Safari
to me.
hat.
I don't like
What?
women coming up and talking to me hat.
Oh, that's exactly what that is.
That's a deep sea fishing hat, is what that is, actually.
Oh, like
Yeah.
fishing glasses.
No, that's different.
Oh, shit.
Oh God, no! Because my uncle used to run a charter party boat, and he used to have those things with a real long brim on them, and some of them were like sunglasses. You know, you could see through them, and they were tinted. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what the flaps are for. That's probably to keep your brains from falling out of your ears on the boat. But yeah, as far as I know, it's a deep sea fishing hat.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank
Well,
you.
turn it around. Wait a minute. Turn it back. Turn it the other way. Maybe it's reversible. No, not your head. The hat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh.
That's in case you want to make somebody think you're your mother.
Or Gilligan.
Okay.
That's better.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Tell me
Yeah.
about the fishing glasses.
All right. Yeah, Lori wants me to tell you about the fishing glasses.
Oh, man.
You know, we used to, I mean, on the road, John Entwistle was eccentric. He used to, when we would go to truck stops, he would go nuts because, and you've all been to the, the Flying J or whatever it is, and you know how they have all the chrome shit all over the place and the reflectors and all that stuff. He's looking at all this stuff. He can't decide what to buy, right? Because he just has to come back on the bus with a bag full of crap, right? And he gives some stuff to different people, but just buys just useless shit. So this one time he comes on, and he's got a big, really thin, but a real big paper bag, right? And you can see there's a lot of stuff in it. And I said, "What'd you get?" And he pulls out these glasses. He says, "I bought some fishing glasses," right? And he pulls out, the old people glasses that are sunglasses that go over your glasses. And I bought fish because he was a deep sea fisherman for real. I mean, he caught, he caught all kinds of shit and hung it on the ceiling so you felt like you were on the bottom of the ocean. Whatever. And I said, those are not deep sea fishing. Oh, yes, they are. And he takes out the
bought
orange
them in
ones
every
and
color.
the yellow ones, and he's got clear ones. I mean, why do you have clear ones? For when you're deep sea fishing on your motorcycle? So we, the other guys in the bin, we all know what they are. They're like, old people's glasses, right? And we're laughing at them, man. We said, no, those are old people, like protective glasses, and when they have their eyes operated on so that they don't get too much sunlight
You
in.
told him that he didn't believe you.
He didn't believe me, and then the guitar player comes out of the back, and he tells him the same thing. And that was the last time we saw those glasses ever. The whole
He wouldn't wear them.
it was insane. They wouldn't wear them. Well, can you imagine what he would have looked like in those?
An old person.
A blind old person. Oh, well. Okay, so what else? Where's Mousy? Mousy, we need the
topic.
narrator.
I don't know. Maybe she's got a gig tonight.
She doesn't have a gig tonight.
No, she was in the room.
She was in the room. Well, maybe she's at a gig
Yeah,
in the
maybe
room.
so. You know what? We had Free for All Friday before Mousy.
That's right.
That's
But
right.
she just asked such a great question.
It does.
Ryan, I mean, that kept us talking for the whole hour. So Angus calls me up today, and he says, "Yeah." He said, he said, Mousy asked such a great question, and I said, "Yeah, it was a great question." He said, "Well, I went and Googled questions so that I could come." I said, "You couldn't." Googled questions to ask us about, so we could have a subject to talk about music.
That's must be what he does before he goes to a party.
Wow.
Let me Google some questions.
Google the question. So, where are you from? So, where are you from? No.
Man, we had a killer guitar player on last night.
Oh, yeah, man. Now, has anybody
female.
heard of Kristen Capolino? Don't all talk at once.
Crickets.
It's ringing a bell, but that's
What? You didn't hear me?
She's a monster player. I mean, really a monster player.
Fusion.
Yeah, well, not all fusion. She's she did this. She did Oblivion, which is the
Billy Sheehan.
Billy
Ryan
Sheehan
Barker.
song.
With him at Daryl's house.
Yeah, at Daryl's house with him and
Mike.
who's on drums? Mike Sorrentino, and
Okay.
and she was just
She's
she was
30
killing
years
it.
old.
She was killing it. Yeah, she was killing it.
Yeah.
Great player. I told her to come in tonight, but she's probably still a little scared because she's probably watching from the outside. I'm not going in that room with those guys. Look at those guys.
She played with Gene Cornish.
Yeah, she played with Gene. She played with a lot of people. So my wife on Wednesday night, how my wife likes to give us the credits for tomorrow night's guest, and she said, "Oh, tomorrow night, Kristen Capolino, who played with Al DiMella." You all know Al DiMella, right?
What? Is
No,
that the
Al,
accordion
sure,
player?
Yeah, the accordion, Al DiMella, yeah, and his brother Al DiMeola
Oh.
plays with Al DiMella.
Oh. I never heard of
Look
him.
at Lenny. Well,
And I thought that's what it looked like. It said Demella.
well,
It
if that's
was
what you
Dim- I
write
left
down,
out
that's
the
why it looks
O.
like it says that.
It's Dimiola.
DiMeola, yeah.
Ebola, yeah.
But yeah,
Okay,
she's
continue.
yeah, that's all. That's that she was shredding, man. I mean, she plays a flying V.
Yep. She's
And-
endorsed by a lot of people.
and
She goes
she's-
by Gibson.
Yeah, and Epiphone, but she's got these amps that have like LEDs in them, and they light up.
With her logo
Oh.
in the background.
Da 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 da
The
da da
mouse,
da
the mouse
da. Here she
She's on a
comes.
gig. She's on a gig.
Now you're gonna hear a question, Angus.
Yeah, she went and looked it up.
Now you go. Yeah, she went on Google and she's looking for a question. She found one.
Oh man,
Oh,
There she is.
about
Hey,
time.
but
what a gig.
Are you at a gig?
Yeah, she's at a gig.
Jeff Seitz.
Are you being held
Mousy.
against your will?
Hi, kids.
what's up?
Hi, I can't stay long because I'm on a gig.
Yeah.
But do you have a question for the room?
I do. What did I do to deserve this gig where a woman keeps singing really poor versions of Willie Nelson and Patsy Cline,
Oh,
and it's an Italian festival?
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, a gig is a
That's-
gig. What are you gonna do?
that
Yeah.
is very
Yeah, that's
natural.
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it puts food on the table.
Yep. Chime in, Joe. I saw you unmute.
Where are you?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm in Little Falls.
Oh.
Where are you? Hi, Lenny.
Hello. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, I gotta leave. I'm here for 5 minutes.
You don't
Well,
know.
still, you made it.
Angus was so taken. Angus was so taken with your question last week, which had us all talking for the whole hour, that he went and Googled a question for tonight, but he couldn't find one.
God.
Oh my God, I have a million questions.
Just ask one, please.
So it's a question of balance. Okay, so here's my question, and then I'm going to run.
There it is.
Oh,
Really?
Joe, you're frozen. No mercy. What?
No.
No, who
Do
is
over, do
everybody's
over.
hero? Everybody's
Say-
musical hero. I want to know who's your musical hero? Producer, a musician, a songwriter. I just want to know.
Oh, Google
I'll
told
watch
me
it
that.
later.
Okay, we'll
Discuss
write them
amongst
down.
yourselves.
Love you guys. See you
Love you
later.
too, Mouse. Have a great
Love you,
gig.
Bessie.
Hey, Mouse.
Okay, do you see that, Angus?
Thanks. Bye.
Who's your musical hero?
All you have to do is have a
Let's-
name.
Let's start with you. He's googling the
Gotta
answer.
Google it.
He's googling the answer.
Oh,
You got that from
who's
Google.
my music? You got to use my hero.
No, we need
All right.
that's
Let's
a
have your
Google.
hero. Let's start with you, Lenny. Who's your musical hero?
Oh no, I was talking to Angus, but first person that came to mind was Joni Mitchell.
Why?
Really?
Hey, stay out of this. That's 2 times now.
Is it really Joni Mitchell? Because it just shut the whole room.
There's no accounting for taste.
Well, if you like, listen. I've never tasted Joni, but I'm sure,
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, that was rude, wasn't it?
Yeah. I doubt you ever would.
Oh.
Trust me. Talk about Everwood.
How about
Okay.
Peckerwood?
Okay, Peckerwood. No, is it really Joni Mitchell?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song that she did?
I don't know. I like a lot of the stuff off the Hajira album where she had Jaco Pastorius playing bass.
All right.
There's some unbelievable songs on there.
Okay, that sounds good.
Booker, I'm surprised you haven't chimed in yet.
what about
Joni
Joni Mitchell, Joni
I love
Mitchell, or
Joni. I love
Jaco. Did I wake you up?
A gig. Doug, we'll ask you about your musical hero. Do you have one?
Yeah, Billie Holiday actually.
Oh, okay.
If you
He's great.
yeah, he's fabulous. He's a barrel of laughs too.
I saw Billy about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was at my father's place. No, she was. When the film came out, did you see the film? What is it? The United States versus Billie Holiday, and you know that they're all doing the press junket around that. And when you really hear her sing, I mean, what is it? Andra Day,
Yeah.
that played the part. But when you hear Billie, that tone that she had was just remarkable. So, I mean, it's you can't
It's
make
such a unique gift, and her life was amazing. Tortured, painful, but you talk about the music carrying you. I mean, I knew somebody that had met her. Let's put it that way. Who was working in the same theater that she was appearing in, and he was doing a long run there, and she was coming in for one night. And she pulls up and he happened to be in the theater that night because he wanted to see her, and he was, anxious to, waiting for her to show up. She shows up, and she just comes in alone, and he goes, "Oh my God, Miss Holiday's, welcome." This and that and the other thing. She goes, "Where's my dressing room?"
Yeah.
And, it's pretty much, how are you? Where's my dressing room? And so he goes, and he has no idea where her dressing room is. And he had one of the nicer rooms. It was he had his own dressing room for whatever he was doing, and he didn't know what to do. So he brought her into his dressing room, swept his arm across the entire dressing table, and threw everything on the floor. Just threw everything on the floor, and said, "Right here, Miss Holiday." And he just ran around and took care of her. There was nobody to meet her, and he just made sure that she was taken care of because he was so gobsmacked by her. I thought that was a lovely story. The fact that
Great story.
he showed her, that much respect, which she deserved, and then some.
Yeah, and that
I have another Billie Holiday story where there's a friend of mine that does really great, really talented jazz singer, and she works in a lot of the rooms in Manhattan on a regular basis.
I'm going on.
She's got this incredible repertoire.
I have better than that.
She's got what party is it? Some part. Oh, there we go. She's got this incredible repertoire where she can take a request from anybody in the audience, and between her and her trio, they can play it. And she does a lot of Billie Holiday, but she will not play Strange Fruit. She will not do Strange Fruit. She just refuses to do it. And I asked her about that, and she said, "I have no right to do it."
Oh.
And I thought that was astounding. That was an astounding tribute. I have no right to sing that song.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well,
that's my story of my
understand
hero.
that.
That's what I got to share.
okay. Well, let's go up to Joe Costelli, musical hero. Please don't embarrass me.
Oh, did that Al? What was his name? Al?
Al DeMella.
Did he play with Pat Metheny?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I was going to ask Gilligan, but I figured
Don't
I'd
ask
ask you
Gilligan.
all.
No, you're music. No, let's go for real and just let me Scott. We're doing Who's Your Musical Hero? So it's Joe's up, and that's Kevin Simon up in the corner. I think you might know Doug Howard. You know Booker. You know Joe. You know Lenny. You know Angus. And
Hi, guys.
What's up?
Hey, Scott.
I'm trying to find somewhere to plug my phone in. I had to come into a different part of the green room because we're playing in a bit. And I know everybody was noisy. So I'm just trying to find my phone may die. If it does, goodbye in advance. You know what I mean?
Okay, goodbye in advance. Good to
Okay.
see you. Thanks for coming down.
No, I'm saying if the phone dies.
No, I know. We're just being respectful.
Where are you playing?
Yeah, where are you playing?
We are in Enfield, Connecticut at the Broadbrook Opera House.
Okay.
Oh,
We're in between Hartford and Springfield.
Enfield. I know Enfield. My old bass player's father used to live in Enfield.
Oh, okay. There you go. Cool. It's very nice up here.
Yeah, it's
Charming.
nice. All right, so anyway, on with the show. Joe Costelli, musical hero.
I mean, there's so many of them, but if I just had to throw one out, I'd probably just say Jerry Garcia.
Jerry Garcia. Okay, that works.
What? Nobody finds that shocking?
No.
Well, I do, but I've already had my way with shot. No.
Okay, nobody.
What
likes
is it
Joni
about
Mitchell.
Jerry
And then he
Garcia?
says Jerry Garcia.
What is it about Jerry Garcia that resonates with you, Joe?
Well, I mean, his life as well as the music, and that always trying to play a song right and never really actually getting there, but taking all the chances, and every now and then it would be magic and other times it wouldn't, but also just running their business the way they did, independently, and just supporting all the people that they had to support for all that time, and sort of a tragic American story of individualism, but fighting the odds, and then ultimately just succumbing to his own vices. right?
Well, and do you think that the Dead should have carried on without him, or do you think that was I mean, this kind of goes off of last week's question from Mousy, but honestly, do you think that when he passed, that should have been it, or should they have kept doing what they're doing, or what do you think?
Right. So before I get there, I wasn't here. What was Mousy's question? We won't get into it, but just tell me what it was.
Her question was, should bands stay together after they've kind of passed their prime?
Okay, so in the spirit of the Grateful Dead came out of the acid tests and Ken Kesey and all of that. It was sort of a mutual thing with jazz and rock and all these different musical influences. Like everyone in the band sort of came from a different place, and together they threw it together and got this weird combination of music that, and their level of capability was not maybe up to what they were achieving. And every now and then it was amazing, and other times it wasn't. And so when the Dead died, when Jerry died, really the only one who carried that theme through was Phil Lesh. So, Dead and Company is just a cover band, right? Whereas Phil and Friends tends to do that same thing to this day, where they throw a bunch of people in. Some of them aren't really musically related, and then they play that framework of songs that Hunter and Garcia and Weir wrote, and every night is different. So I would say that no, the Dead shouldn't have continued, but the spirit of the Dead and like what, say, Phil Lesh has done should continue. And it did, because that continued in Fish and Widespread Panic and, a million other jam bands that sort of came out of it. So the philosophy continued, but the band themselves, there's a lot of internal dynamic to that. I mean, Justin, so you might know a few things.
Yeah, I know Justin very well, and I was interested to find some of the stuff that he told me. We're talking about Justin Kreutzmann, Bill Kreutzmann's son, the drummer, one of the drummers, I guess, right? There was, yeah. Ozzy, Purple Ozzy, that was a guy. Ozzy, I forget what his
Augustus Owsley Stanley.
Ozzy Stanley, right? I had no idea about that. I mean, and
yep. He made the Purple Haze. But yeah. So, and Billy was sick a few weeks ago. Like he had to cancel. There was Dead and Company, but someone else sat at his kit at Red Rocks. But Bill also his own music. The bands he does outside of Dead and Company are more in that spirit of just throwing some people together and see what happens.
Well, so I mean, listen, there's certainly nothing wrong with that. If you're not, I mean, they never really called themselves the Grateful Dead. Dead and Company is, it's a stretch, but okay. And you know what, Scott, we'll go to you next because your phone's going to die.
Oh, I see Chandler in the background.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm trying to find a quiet space.
That's all right. Who's your musical hero?
This may be a little bit different, but Pat Travers.
Oh, that's an interesting call.
Yeah, well, the reason for that is I'm guessing I was about 15 years old when I discovered this live Pat Travers album. Tommy Aldridge on drums. You can't go. I love Tommy. I don't love Tommy Aldridge in the studio, but live, I thought he was just a badass. And I was a little too young to really catch the Black Oak thing, in the earlier 70s. Mm-hmm. So that was my introduction to Tommy Aldridge. The guitar playing, Pat Thrall and Travers was just wicked. They had really great tones and stuff. And I loved Mars Cowling, the bass player. And for me, they brought together the boogie thing, the rock thing, the Southern thing, and, just a lot of different styles that I really liked. And I'd say he was kind of my number one musical influence over the longest period. I had many other influences, but he was always my go-to guy. And it's strange because he wasn't an A band, he was like a B tier group. But a lot of my influences were that, like Derringer, Edgar Winter, Johnny Winter, not as, maybe a little more than the Zeppelins and the Purples and etc. So yeah. Pat Travers, for me, the music I felt it.
Yeah, I remember Pat Thrall was a great friend of mine. So he still is, but he's in Vegas now. But when we were all living in New York, I played with him many times. But now you're gone, so why am I even talking about this?
Pat Travers?
Yeah. And
Hi,
I can see Fader. I see you have your musical influence with you. Who is that?
This is Murray.
Murray.
Murray's cute.
Murray. Here, Murray.
Wow,
Hey, Murray.
looks like my dog.
Is he named after Murray the cop?
He's named after a prank phone call that me and my buddy did years ago, Murray in 3C. But that's a whole nother story.
Because tomorrow is Odd Couple Day.
Murray the K.
How old is he?
Yeah, Murray the K.
How old is Murray? And why is he so afraid of you?
Murray's 5 years old, and I can tell you a funny story. So I live in a neighborhood here in Long Beach. You know, you have a lot of Hasidics and stuff. So about 2 years ago, Murray got out of the house and he walked a few blocks down, and he wandered into some religious guy's house. So the guy calls me up on the phone, and you know he's got Murray on the dog tag, and the guy calls me up on the phone. He goes, "Hey, you got a Jewish dog named Murray?"
See, I thought you were going to say you were walking through the neighborhood going, Murray, Murray, and every block somebody else said, what do you want?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What's wrong with you?
Pretty much.
What are you yelling about?
Tie it down.
So,
Murray's not here.
Music. What are we talking about? Musical.
We're talking about musical heroes. You know, Mousy came in and gave us the question of the day and then bailed.
Could be a producer.
Yeah, it could be anybody, you know.
Engineer.
Yeah. Musical hero.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm going to say growing up, what really started me out, I have to go with Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix. That Jimmy, you know, when Jimi Hendrix, when I was, you know, old enough to really understand it, which I was probably around 11 or 12 when I really got into it. It just was, you know, it's like nothing you've ever heard, you know, nothing you've ever heard.
Can you see Kevin up in the corner, Kevin Simon?
Yes, I can.
The University of Miami hat, am I right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Behind him is Mitch Mitchell, and Kevin runs the Mitch Mitchell fan club and does all the, you know, conventions and all that stuff. So he knows. We had him on the show I think it was last week, right? And
I saw part of that. I remember that.
Man, I mean, amazing factoid things. You know, Kevin, I guess, you know, would he be your musical hero, or is there somebody else? Mitch Mitchell. Okay, sold.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch Mitchell, amazing drummer, no joke, and that whole band was special. Just like, you know, it's just like you know, a lot of people are upset with Robert Plant, right? Because he wouldn't do the Zeppelin reunion, but I get it, man. I understand. I really understand that there is no Led Zeppelin without John Bonham. It's just, I get it.
I get it. I do get that.
Stop whatever you're doing right now.
What?
I don't know what you're doing, but you better stop.
I don't know what you're doing there, but stop it right now.
Wow.
Okay, Jeff. Well, Jeff, did Kevin come to your show? Kevin, did you go to his show?
It was amazing.
Really?
Unbelievable. A brilliant concept. I mean, symphony with the Police songs and singers, and it was insane. It was great.
Yeah, we got to watch a couple of minutes of it from the wings. For just a couple of minutes, but I'll bet cool. It was really
that was
good.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was. Cool. And
that
who's
was
behind you tonight?
That was in Buffalo. This is the show that the Roadie crew band opened up for the Police because Flock of Seagulls guitar player had a nervous breakdown and threw all his clothes out of the back of the van on his way to the gig. So the tour manager says, why doesn't the Roadie crew band go on? Because we would jam, you know, during rehearsals and stuff. And we had a singer lighting guy. He was a lighting tech, and he just loved to sing, and he was a real show off. And his name was Steve Arch, who died a few years ago, R.I.P. And he went by the name of Tosh. So he went by the title of Tosh and the Skaggy Boilers.
Nice. Okay.
That's it.
I see that, and that's you back there. What are you playing,
Yep.
Camas?
Yeah, Stewart's kid.
Oh, of course.
Very cool.
And on bass is Miles Copeland's assistant, Kim Turner, who's also RIP, sadly. And on the right is Sting's tech, Danny Quattrochi, who's still with Sting. And we rocked out. So we rocked out Can't Explain by The Who, Knock on Wood, Midnight Hour. I can't remember what else we played, but it was all stuff that Steve Arch knew, because he would sing, and he would sing while he was like lighting, putting up the lights. It was hysterical.
And he was somewhat demonstrative, this guy? I can't give that from a lead singer. I just doesn't,
No.
Yeah. So,
Dortmund, Germany.
Oh. Okay. You seem to be surrounded by the Aryan people.
Yeah, what's the story?
Do we want to know the story?
You come to Crazy Eddie's and you tell them make and model number of the unit you want to buy, and you're in.
Crazy Eddie.
Mousy just wrote.
Yeah. Oh, Mousy wrote?
She says, I love you guys.
We love you too, Mousy. We do. Well, Mousy came in and started the conversation on our musical heroes. Who's your musical hero, Jeff?
Beethoven.
Oh.
Beethoven. Wow. Okay, that's quite a that's a musical hero. Is it because he was deaf?
What?
No, it was. I think he's just one of the greatest composers of all time, and just lights my fire.
Yeah. If you're doing the classical thing, he's certainly Ludwig van. He's got it, and I can't imagine who was it that had the Unfinished Symphony. Was it him or was it
Schubert? Franz Schubert.
Yeah, Schubert.
He had the Unfinished Symphony.
Yes.
Yeah.
They used AI to finish it.
Really?
Yeah. What do you
Alan
mean,
Iverson?
really? Did you hear that? Alan Iverson, she said? Yeah. Yeah, Alan Iverson. We were watching Sunday morning and they had it on. They finally finished the Unfinished Symphony.
I must have fallen asleep.
Okay, here's some trivia that probably only the older guys will get.
Where are they?
It was used for a cartoon, not you, Steve. It was used for a cartoon, the Unfinished Symphony, and I can't remember what cartoon it was, but it was pretty old, and it was a beautiful melody.
Yeah.
That's all I remember from a kid.
Bugs Bunny.
Oh, Bugs Bunny with Wagner.
Oh, that's right.
Kill the wabbit.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Kill the wabbit. Kill the wabbit.
Wow.
Yeah, that probably
Hey,
said
Jeff,
something too.
Last
Jeff,
but not
I just want to mention something. Jeff, I saw Beethoven 9 with Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
And one of the most amazing concerts.
Great orchestra.
Yeah.
Great orchestra.
And Booker, that's X gets the square.
Okay. So both of my musical heroes, there's two of them, and neither of them are musicians. One was my grandfather, who introduced me to classical music, and the other was my father, who introduced me to literally everything else. He played everything in the house. He took me places to listen to music all the time. My grandfather took me to places to listen to classical music, and he played operas. He had a Victrola in the house that he would wind up.
Wow.
And he would play those records all the time in the house while I was there. Listen to this. Listen to this. His old beige, and so listen to this. Listen to this. And he would play those records. And my father would play jazz constantly. My father also I remember him coming back to that. How I was tiny. But he talked about he went to see Ornette Coleman with his boy.
Oh, atonal jazz.
He went to see Ornette Coleman. Now, my father was a real Charlie Parker head. So going to see Ornette was different. And he said, he walked up to Ornette after and says, I don't get what you're doing. Right? And Ornette said to him, well, are you a musician? He says, I don't have to be a musician to know that you stink.
Whoa!
Wow.
Oh, that fucking jazz.
Yeah, that is your kind of person. Wow.
Yeah. And, you know, he played everything in the house. I mean, like my first exposure to all of the Motown stuff, my first exposure to rock was from my father, not my older sister.
Wow.
Because he played it in the house too. So that's where I got, you know, like someone asked me, what kind of music do you play? And I said, what kind don't I play?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they said, well, you know, what have you done? I said, well, I've done orchestral pieces. I've done a lot of orchestral recording, and I've done a bluegrass album and everything in between. And
Funny.
those are,
No, I was going to say it's funny when people ask me what kind of music I do. I say Norwegian hip hop, but
Yeah. I always say, you know, asking a question like that is like asking an actor, what kind of acting do you act?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
I use the Stillman method.
Yeah, you know, it's like they
Just
say, well,
stand
you gotta
still,
be
man.
naughty about it, and then it's like, because that's what I do.
Well, you know, now that Jeff went with Beethoven, I have to realize that an early, I don't know that I would call him a hero, because I don't know that I really have heroes in the traditional sense of the word, but the music from West Side Story still, man, when I hear those tritone scales, and I listen to what Leonard Bernstein did, and I saw Bernstein conduct at Lincoln Center. Well, you know, when I was 6 or 7, they took us on a field trip, but that music, whenever I hear it, it hits that chord, but it really does. They're just those. And Jack Hotop, one of the keyboard players that I worked with, his dad was in the production of it on Broadway, so he knows that book like the back of his hand.
Wow.
But that's something I just remember those chords and the dissonance in the end after Tony dies and the whole, you know, they're just the flat fives and just amazing stuff. So I can't wait to yes, the boy with the maroon shirt on.
I remember going to see that movie with my buddy Robbie. We were just kids, right? And the whole gang thing was just becoming a thing in our heads. And we walked away like really disappointed because we thought we had to take 6 years of ballet.
Well, the thing that I was kind of flipped out about was my hero in that, or my guy that I connected with, was Bernardo. Anybody that can pull off a purple shirt back then, man. I mean, that guy was just, he was just too slick. And it was George, I can't remember his last name, Greek.
Chikaris.
Yes. Frickin' amazing. And an odd story. Donnie Kerr, who he was the pinball wizard in the Who on Broadway's Tommy. He was married to Lisa Mordante, whose father was Tony Mordante, who played action in the film.
Wow.
And his wife was his wife.
Cheetah Rivera?
Yeah, he married Cheetah Rivera, whose best friend was Liza Minnelli.
Wait. His wife's mother was Cheetah Rivera. Oh, yes.
No.
Lisa Mordante. Right.
Yeah, her mother was, was just, I mean.
But they were all at his wedding.
Yeah, they were all at his wedding. But now, this is the big one.
Well, wait, I have to,
what?
Mousy is weighing in here. She's like melting down.
She's melting down?
She says, I'm at one of the most horrific gigs of all time. I'm officially on the suicide watch.
We've all had those.
Please tell my
I feel so
children I
bad.
love them. Never mind that. Actually, just tell the dogs. They're the only ones that care about me because I feed them.
Mousy, call the hotline 1-800-BAD-GIG.
You may be entitled to compensation.
That's right. That's right. We have lawyers here 24 hours a day ready to serve you.
That was Angus's here.
Yeah, that's what I saved the best for last. Anybody that wears a shirt with backwards
He's been
writing
looking
on
it
it.
up.
Yeah. I'm sure you Googled who is my musical hero. And so now we're ready for it, Angus. We've been around the horn.
I gotta say, when I did Google it, this was the first question.
It was what?
This was the first question.
This was the first question?
This is the question it said to ask musicians.
That's where Mousy's getting her
I'm
question.
not asking that. That's the way it works, I guess. I guess Googling. I gotta say, my first, I guess my first musical influence was listening to Herb Alpert, the Tijuana Brass, through the floor of my bedroom when my father would blast it on the speakers that were mounted at the ceiling in the room underneath me. So all I heard was bass pretty much coming through there, real strong. But and then after that, I have to say Felix Pappalardi.
Felix Cavalier?
Pappalardi.
Oh, Pappalardi.
Because the people I grew up playing with, we played a lot of Mountain, and I love that smooth, distorted sound that he had, and his voice, just had a great voice.
Great voice.
He was a man. Well, when Mountain, the day or the night before they went to play Woodstock, they played Highlands Junior High School in White Plains, and Rat Race opened for him.
Wow. That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah. So, and this was in the day with Steve Knight still on keyboards. I mean, Climbing, I don't even think had come out yet. And they're down in the dressing room, and I know I was tripping. We're opening for Mountain. Let's do some acid. There's a good idea.
Yeah.
And this was the original. I mean, this was the original Rat Race with the singer and the whole 9 yards. And so I'm down in the dressing room, which is whatever it was, the heating pipe room somewhere in the basement, in the bowels of this junior high school. And I'm walking around tripping. I'm trying to absorb something, you know what I mean? And Felix is smoking hash, right? And it pops, and he's looking around like this. And Leslie no, it was Corky went, "Who farted?" And Leslie says, "Those who smelt it dealt it."
Felt it.
And Felix goes in his ever cool, how cool can you be way? He goes, with his eyes half shut, he says, "The smealer is the dealer." The smealer is the dealer. A tattoo. I got a tattoo.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. And man, they were, that was a big influence on me. And playing with Leslie, I played with Leslie for years, and I loved that music. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to play with Pappalardi, but oddly enough, the guy who actually took his place, when they tried to carry on without him, was Mark Clark, who was the bass player in Billy Squires' band and plays in Coliseum. And, Clarky's still a good friend to to this day. He was the original singer bass player in Torque in my solo project. So it's weird, how many degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But that's it. There was many other bass players after that. John Entwistle, Bob Hope from Kansas, a whole bunch of people. There you go, Joe.
There you go.
Is that your pasture?
No, this is Angus's inspiration for listening to Herb Alpert.
Believe me, I remember that album cover.
I mean, I think we all had that album at some point.
That was every young man's dream.
Yeah, and I looked at that and said, "Man, Herb Alpert, what a man you must have been. How long was she sitting there?"
Hey, did you guys know that West Side Story, the New York City subway, plays that intro, and it was actually designed that way? NPR did a big thing on it. It's like the 2, the 4, and the 5 trains. It's about the way their brakes are and their wheels are. that they
Wow.
literally play the beginning of Sometime or something. I don't, well, some song from West Side
Someday.
Story.
I never heard of that one.
Someday.
There's a place for us. There's,
Yeah,
mean,
it was a big NPR one Saturday. I was in the car and they did a whole thing on how, and then they researched it. And sure enough, the engineers who built those electric motors knew that it would do that.
Ah,
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's pretty
Yeah,
intense.
that's very
pretty
cool.
intense.
Look,
Little tidbit.
just seeing that album cover makes me feel like 6 again or whatever, you know.
Exactly.
And especially that was the first time I ever heard the curse word in Officer Krupke.
fuck you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Officer Krupke, fuck you. And I kept putting the needle back. What?
What?
Are they
Huh?
going to say it again? I put the needle. They're going to say it again? They say it every time.
Wow.
In the film, they say "crop you."
Yeah.
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 But man, just wow! I just even it's that's really seminal music in my life. I find myself when I'm doing orchestrations or anything, when I'm doing the keyboard things with strings and stuff. I find myself going to those chords and it's the bass notes that make those chords work. It's incredible, that stuff. It's incredible. Oh, and what's
Who's that,
The drum
Doug?
set book. The
Who
drum
do you
set
got
book
behind
is,
you, Doug?
What?
Doug Howard. Who do you have behind you?
Billy.
Billy,
Oh, Billie Holiday.
Lady Day.
I got to tell you the thing about West Side Story. I was really little when I first saw that. It was the first piece of music that made me cry, and it was Somewhere.
Somewhere,
Yeah.
And it
That's
still
something.
does to this day when it's performed. I mean, it still chokes me up for some reason. I had a question for you, Steve. That thing that you went to with Bernstein, was that series that Lincoln Center had for kids? On certain days?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was,
young people's concert.
Young people.
Yes.
That was so
Young-
important. It influenced so many people.
It
It was
surely
such a
did.
great program to have. I mean, they'd bus all these school kids in, and
Yep.
Bernstein would show them, okay, this is this and this is that, and how does it make you feel? And and he was an incredible showman on top of it. But the impact that must have had on so many kids, and I wonder if we have anything like that now.
And the sound, the thing, I mean, I'm a little kid. Maybe I was 7. The sound in Lincoln Center of that orchestra, I was just, I never heard anything like it. And it's the first time. I mean, it was overwhelming, but just so amazing. I think it was the only time they got me to shut up in school.
To go back to Kristen, so everybody can see what she looks like. Like they were asking before. Here she is.
Yeah, she plays, man.
Yeah.
She really plays. It's not like, and I didn't talk to her. I talked to her only for a second about the female part of it because I didn't want to be misogynistic about, if she was, it wouldn't matter what her gender was. She's a real player, and her dad. And did you hear the story about her flying V, Angus?
Yeah.
Her father was a left-handed player, and he had a left-handed flying V. And when she showed an interest in music, he had it cut down because she was still a little kid. He had it cut down for her and turned into a right-handed flying V, and that's how she got stuck on playing the flying Vs.
Yeah.
I missed this. Who is Kristen?
Kristen
Last
Capolino,
night. Yeah.
monstrous player.
Capolino. Okay.
Yeah. You go there
Where's she
Go
from?
on KristenCapolino.com
and see her with Billy Sheehan.
and watch her play. Playing Oblivion with Billy Sheehan, or she's really, really amazing. She's really,
I'll send you the video, Jeff.
Cool.
Oh, check out Band of Gypsies behind the fader. Yeah.
That's the friend that made me a bass player.
Wait, but there's those lit up the speaker cabinets you were talking about, Steve.
Yeah, there they are. That's the
Oh,
and she
okay.
told me what they were, and I can't
They were
remember.
made in Florida.
So I was, big Hendrix fan. Oh, always. And when I got that record, Billy Cox and Buddy Miles. I mean, that was just a magical record, you know. I don't know if you guys ever really like tuned in on it, but I could listen to that whole
I tuned way in on it. And the thing about, you know, it's interesting. Oh, there you go. Kristen played with Gerardo Velez, who was the percussion player with Hendrix at Woodstock.
Yeah.
And I know later on in years, if I recall, I think Mitch Mitchell played with Billy Cox in like some type of a, right? Yeah.
Because, and it was interesting, I forget where this came from, but Hendrix always thought of Billy Cox as his bass player. He always told Billy Cox, well, if I make it, you're my bass player. From their Army days, I mean, you know, back in the days, it was always his intention to play with Billy Cox.
Yeah, that's what Kevin said in his interview. Yeah.
But if you listen to the way that Billy played with Jimmy, you go, that chemistry, you just can't deny that chemistry. You just
Yeah, I mean, and let me ask you this, because I don't know this, and maybe Kevin, maybe you can sort this out for me. Before Chaz Chandler took Hendrix to England, who was Jimmy playing with?
I mean, he played the Chitlin. Yeah, he played that Chitlin circuit. He played with Ike and Tina Turner. He played with Little Richard. He played with all these guys.
Played with the Isley Brothers.
Yeah, that sure did.
He backed up the Ronettes too.
Right.
At one point.
He helped Ernie Isley got him interested in playing guitar. He was sort of his godfather in guitar. Played with all those groups, but kept getting fired.
But was there a band in England before Noel and Mitch that he played with?
No, I don't think so. And that's what I was wondering about when he used to play in the Village, if he had a trio that he played with, or if he had guys that he played with.
They put that band together around him when he got there, because they actually had a plan for him even before he landed. They had a whole plan for him, and they hooked him up with those two cats.
The actual plan was a soul review, sort of like James Brown. I mean, and it's hard to believe now, but Jimmy didn't want that. He'd been with so many of these groups, and you know what's Faye for John said he was tired of being the side band, and every time he played, she said in a famous interview in 1973, they were the fucking sidemen, not Jimmy. So Jimmy didn't want that. He wanted to be the solo guy. You know.
Yeah, I mean, what that dude did in those first, well, I mean, including the Band of Gypsies, with those first three records, musically just set me on a path. I mean, it's interesting between Hendrix and the Rascals and Leonard Bernstein. That's a hell of a place to come from.
Dino.
Yeah, man, Dino Danelli.
Dino.
Phenomenal, amazing.
Fred.
That's why I play. I mean, I think we talked about this, Jeff. That's why I play with all my crash cymbals flat, because Dino.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, there you go. So, I see. Angus, am I getting the feeling from you, bro? Is that what it is?
Angus is in the pasture.
Viewers are starting to say goodnight.
Is it time? Oh, the people are falling asleep. See people yawning in the chat.
Yeah, and they 10 after 9, you know.
Oh, that's right. They feel like it's 10 after 9. Oh, look, hey, everybody's in the pasture.
All right.
Yeah, lives in the pasture. So you're good. I love Booker's pasture. That's awesome, bro.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Is that Kenya?
Those are African.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Oh, you should have made something up, pal. You should have lied. You could lie.
Wait, which ones have the big ears?
The African one.
African elephants.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
The Indian elephants have the little ears because they're sick of listening to that shit. Okay, Faders, got it. Yep, we're with it now. Okay, so I guess, well, we didn't get to see Richie come in from Aruba, but, you know, there you go. And wow, another Friday night has come and gone. Anybody got gigs coming up? Booker, we tried to send people your way. Yes, there's a pastor for you.
All right.
Mars.
It works.
Yeah.
Absolutely works.
Yeah.
Kevin, you got a gig coming up?
Yeah, jazz gig tomorrow night.
Oh,
Fundraiser
Where?
at the Elks Club.
Where?
Where?
Local Elks, a fundraiser at a local Elks Club. Nothing big, but
Okay.
great. All pros.
That's cool. Do you want people to come to it and tell them where it is, or no?
It's so obscure. It's so obscure. You know, the stage is one of these little mini stages that you can bring one. Sometimes you can't even bring a floor tom, but they're all pros, all professional musicians, all hardcore jazzers.
Okay, and Lenny, I know you got the sync. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Antigua, where men are men and sheep are nervous.
Cows. Those are cows.
No, those are not. Those are.
Those are cows.
The cow.
Okay, all right. Well, the cows are nervous too.
You're muted. Can't hear
You're
you.
muted, Lenny.
And anybody else got gigs? Jeff, yeah, I know you're still out there.
Yeah, we're going. No, not this weekend. This week I'm going to Hilton Head, South Carolina, for some R&R.
R&R.
Oh, that's good.
Man, I tell you, have you ever been to Defusky Island?
I have not ever been to any of the Barrier Islands.
It's right off of Hilton Head.
Oh, well, that's. I don't want to get into a whole nother thing, but that's one of the best places I've ever been in the world. It's just amazing. They don't allow cars on the island. Everybody drives a golf cart. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's no lights, like no street lights.
And Fader, I know you're sequestered, with the 3D printers. So keep watching those.
I mean, I've actually been mixing. I'm working on a record. I've been mixing the whole week. So
Every time Steve
Really?
turns on TikTok, he says,
Yeah,
"Look, it's Fader."
every time I turn on TikTok, it's okay. TikTok, this is the new heater. This is the Psycho Terminator.
TikTok is a really cool place for if you want to get free advertising. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
No, it's great. Oh, look, Jeff's going over the falls.
I know Keith Crane bought a couple things from you.
Yeah, and what's up with the new rainbow boxes that you're making?
Yeah, so it's a new filament that I got. It's multicolor, so I don't even have to change anything. It just does it itself. Yeah.
You see, I just want you to know that I'm watching. That's all.
And I watch your stuff every time I go on there. I see I see you with the funny filters on your head tonight. You got to come to my show, and then you got other ones with your shirts flying in all different colors. And not that they're not flying in colors themselves, but you have even more colors flying on them.
Like he's tripping.
Yeah. Oh, and there's Stuart. There he is, right? He's got his gaming chair.
Yeah.
That's nice. Does he like that thing? I hate that thing behind me.
He had a really bad back problem in Japan in 1980 when I started with him, and we went down to one of the Japanese offices, and the threads were the same as a Tama stool. So I put this office chair on with the back, and ever since then, he won't do it without it.
So what you're saying is his back, his back was beat? Back beat?
Yeah, backbeat. Yeah, back was beat.
Back is breakers.
Booker, you got gigs?
Booker, yeah.
No, I'm like idle this weekend, which is kind of good.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can hang out in the Serengeti.
Be working, but sometimes you need a little bit of rest, and this is one of the times I need some rest.
Yeah, I heard that.
Netflix.
Doug, are you currently appearing anywhere?
Nope, I haven't really got anything lined up. Just shooting more music, still shooting music videos. Just dropped a new one last week for a song that I wrote off the new Touch album. Not really thinking about talking to somebody about something in 2022, but in terms of pickup stuff, no, really haven't got anything happening.
Now, Touch is with Deco, right?
Deco, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, so then we're stablemates because I just signed a deal with Charlie.
Ooh, Charlie is the bomb. Charlie,
Yeah, he's cool.
great label. I got to tell you, they do a fantastic job of getting your stuff out there. They're through Warner. They use the Warner machine for that.
Oh, believe me.
I always end up on Warner for some reason or another, but I got no complaints because
No, that's
you did a
okay.
great,
You know?
great job of promoting the record. With us, it's really hard because we're all over the world. Mark spends half his time in Sweden, and Craig's in Chicago, and Glenn's down in South Jersey. He's the closest one to me. But getting us together is going to be quite a thing. I'm actually maybe thinking about next when we're hunkered down during the winter, putting this act that I've got that I throw together once in a while called Spoon Bread.
Spoon breath?
Yeah. It's like a C-ticket Blues Brothers. You got to have played in a couple of bands with some names so we can sell some tickets. And then we try to do a couple of songs that you did with that band, and the rest of the time we do R&B standards and just go crazy and have a blast. I throw that band together once in a while.
That's cool. Well, and Joe, you got anything coming up?
No, I just got back from about 9 days on the road for preparing and having some meetings for 2022. So I was in Phoenix, Tucson, Phoenix, San Luis Obispo, and Denver. So it was a lot of traveling, and that's why I wasn't on the show last weekend. But now I'm home and catching up and trying to plan stuff for 2022.
No, that's nothing wrong with that.
I just missed Jeff. I was really tempted to go up to LA for that show, but I just couldn't make the logistics. But hopefully the Stewart thing will continue, and there'll be an opportunity for us to catch that, because everyone who's seen it says it's great.
I imagine it's pretty great. I mean, it's got to be it's got to be interesting. There you go, Jeff. I don't,
Is that yours?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, triangles and all.
Yeah.
Triangles, bongos, piccolo, snare. There's every piece of crap I could get on a stage. It is kind of dark, but it's
Dark.
9 bass drums. No.
This was Stewart's set in Atlanta.
Oh, cool.
And Tam had just made him a 40th anniversary brass snare drum. It's his custom snare drum, but they took the chrome off and just left the brass visible.
Very nice. Well, all right. Well, I could throw this one out. See, Lenny, you would remember that kit. That's the kit from back in the day.
Wow. Fives.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the only set. The only set of melodic toms that Fives ever made. And do you see? That's before they made a rack. That's before anybody made a rack. I had a welder build that thing so that I could. And so of course,
and your crew hated you, didn't they?
They freaking hated me. I don't understand, guys.
I just got that kid.
What kit? Which kit? Wait a minute, I got to go back. I'm not seeing it. What? Which kit? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
2 up, 1 down. Very nice. Very nice.
Have you guys ever played Noble and Cooley?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I have.
I don't do the. Well, anyway, that snare drum in this kit is a Hinger touch tone.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, man.
I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome. Oops. Hey, that was a great, just an amazing snare drum to have, and now I don't know what's going on. I'm all over the place. But
Fader, is that a Star Classic?
Yeah, it is. But it's an old. It's like it's from like 2002, 2003.
James Bond.
Maple or Bubinga?
It's maple, and I just got all new
There you go, Doug.
Evan G2s on it. I recorded the other day, and I got. You see the ride I got? That's the Earth, the Zildjian Earth ride.
Earthworks, yeah.
What a great sounding ride that is.
All right, well, now I'm going to end the story with it. I see her. I'm going to end this with a Japan story, because I see our friend is there knocking down the buildings. I'm in Japan. It's my first tour of Japan. I don't really know anything about. I certainly don't know the country. And you know, they give you a guy. You get a guy that's with you all the time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
With you all the time. You go outside to smoke a cigarette, he is with you. And so, you know, I'm trying to make the guy laugh. He's got like broken English, but he's doing okay, and he's setting my gear up, right? So we're standing out in the back. We were at, I don't know where we were, at the Haraguchi rehearsal studios. And I'm looking out at Tokyo Bay, and I said to the guy, so is that where Godzilla came out? And he looks at me and he goes, Godzilla not real. God, no shit.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because here he comes. It looks pretty real to me, dude.
All right, if you
All
want
right,
to watch
kids.
James Bond,
Yeah, I'm going to watch a new James Bond movie. I will see you. You know, if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture. Kevin, thanks for coming by. Jeff, all my friends, love you all, and peace and a little peace on the side.
have a great
Peace,
weekend.
love, and brown rice.
Bye, Laurie. Bye,
Have a
Laurie.
great
Take care,
weekend.
guys.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Have fun.
Night.
Bye.
You gotta love Fridays. You gotta love
Oh,
Fridays.
they love Friday.
Hey, Steve, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
There's at the concert in Atlanta, there's Mitch's daughter, Aisha, and the granddaughter, Sophia Mitchell.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet them. I would love to talk to them at some point, man. That would
Yeah,
be really.
we'll arrange it, but look at this resemblance. The daughter to Mitch,
Remarkable.
the granddaughter, amazing. Yeah. So they had a great time. We'll see you.
All right,
I'm
man.
honored that you would include me in this. I'm honored.
Oh, hey, man, you're welcome anytime. Really, it was good to see you.
See you guys.
Take care,
Have a good
man.
weekend.
Thank you. All right, I mean, guys, that's. I do have to go watch a James Bond movie now, but man.
No, you have to eat dinner first.
Oh.
And then watch James Bond.
And what's for dinner? No, we don't. All right, never mind. I won't ask. I don't want to know. It's chicken surprise. So, you know what they say, kids. If I don't see you in the future, Monday,
Oh, yes.
right? Don't forget about Secrets and Symbols of Rock and Roll. We're doing the Owls this week with Brad and Colby. And if I don't see you in the future, woo! I'll see you in the pasture.
Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.